welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some work on this Nissan Qashqai. This beast here, one of our customers. It's a 2015 Nissan Qashqai J10. Going to be doing the pads on the brakes. We're going to do these front ones first, and then we'll move over to the rear ones. We'll do the front two first, so we've got an equal pair, so we don't end up with an unbalanced car. We'll jack the car up first, and then we'll move on to get the wheel off and get on with it. Now I've got this wheel off, we can have a look and see what state everything's in.
First, Swampy removes the caliper and pads.
Anti-squirrel plates. And 4 identical pads. Excellent.
Next, he fits the new pads. Now to wind back the brake piston after removing the brake fluid reservoir cap. This is required because the replacement brake pads will be thicker than the old worn out ones being removed from the car. You can see the plate is moving along with the rotating part of the tool. We had chosen the wrong plate and it risked turning the brake piston.
Yeah. Of course, when you put it in, now the seal touches against the brake pads, which is not really great, is it? Should have inverted into itself like down there.
This part of the seal is okay.
Can you go and pump the brake again for me? Okay.
But unfortunately this part of the seal has ballooned out. If the pads were fitted now, it would mean that the seal would get trapped between the back of one of the pads and the piston. The seal would likely be damaged straight away. Pumping the piston out, which is done by simply pressing the brake pedal a few times, allows the dust seal to regain its original shape.
This does not seem like a complicated thing to do.
Initially, we thought we caused the problem by selecting the wrong plate for the wind back tool. As it turns out, all 4 corners have the same problem, and it was solved by the use of a little bit of WD-40. Or not.
Well, it did work. And then it unworked.
And then it unworked.
Just needs the WD-40 on it to allow the seal to move a bit on the piston. There you go.
Neat.
That's good. Right, I can go back on now then.
The caliper can now be bolted back onto the car. The bolts are torqued to 40 Newton meters.
Just need to make sure everything is nice and clean. Preset 40, 40. Ready. First things first, let's not torque up the locking wheel nut. Just do that tight, but not too tight. Don't want it getting jammed in. It can be quite difficult to get those out again. These get done up to 120 Newton meters. There's one.
That's the first corner finished. We'll now just have a quick time lapse through the front offside.
now we're done with the front, we can move on to the back. We're going to have to take the Autel DS808, we're going to have to attach that to the car. What we'll do is set the handbrake into the maintenance position, and then we can do this side by using the computer.
Sorry to cut you off there, Swamps. We had to change the plan and in the end didn't do what you were about to say we were going to do.
If I remember correctly, the OBD2 port on the Qashqai is underneath the dashboard behind a panel that feels like you have to rip it out of the car to get it off. Before we can use the computer, we need to start the ignition but not start the engine. To do that, we can not press the brake or the clutch and push the start button in the car. Before we go into maintenance mode, we need to put our foot on the brake and take the handbrake off. Start the brake pad replacement. Yes. You can hear that, hopefully. Winding back. There we go. Yeah, that's coming out. Let's have that off. Not a huge amount left on those. Get these new pads. Check they're the same as these ones, only not as worn out. Yeah, they look good. We take the backing plates off those.
New pads fitted.
We can wind this back just with a standard flat plate. They're not threaded, so theoretically you can just put this back on. I was able to do it by hand a second ago, which you may have seen. But we should get the same problem we had on the front. We've got some ballooning. We're going to need to just, and I can't get into it to let any of that air out. Yeah. There we go. Just lifted the seal ever so slightly and that's done. Okay, they're both set now.
There we go.
Quick. I still can't get this back up.
Okay.
Try now. Try it now, I should say. Yeah.
Job done.
So now we've got that back together, we can start putting on some copper grease we use on the front wheels, some of this classic stuff to stop the wheels binding and sticking and corroding onto the hub.
The last job is to use the autel to tell the computer to move the handbrake motors back to their operational position. Another successful job for Swampy's Autos. Thanks for watching, see you soon.